do I keep doubting Setsu because, like, I am... Okay, you know, she's just always been a detractor. I kind of felt that. But do I keep doing this because, like, there's just Stella Kikrushka now. They've been shown to not really be too kind, but I know she's Nocia. I know they're Nocia, you know what I mean? So it's like, here is all I know about that yet. And they're both gonna refuse. Okay, no, only Stella is. I think I'm gonna get voted. But I think it might also... Oh, wait. Oh, only she voted for... I'm kind of amazed Stella didn't, but I guess we put enough blame on Kikrushka. But yeah, if I don't get Stella to want to vote out Setsu, I don't think that she's gonna trust me at this point, but I'm gonna try to visit her again and see. Say goodbye. Regardless, all these people aren't always gonna be around me. I think they're all in their own unfortunate situation, so we should be kind of... Even Rakio, even Yuriko, you know? Even Xiaoming. Those are the three I don't like, I would say, off the top of my brain. I'm gonna talk to Stella and hope that I can... I have a feeling that... Now, I don't know... There seems to be an effect sometimes. You go talk to someone. I think it's like, oftentimes if you defend someone, then talk to them. And I'm not doing that here, but... What if I just talk to her? Is she gonna say the same thing? Can I help you? Okay, no. She didn't say I have nothing to say to you. But yeah, I'm gonna protect her. Although she might try to get me. No. Okay. Maybe she isn't trying to... Or, Setsu, they aren't trying to get me. Because it's the Guardian Angel tutorial, but... Good morning, I hope to see we're all unharmed. Krushka. Yep. He's made a mistake. I'm gonna start by covering Stella. Because I want to get her on my side. I appreciate it. I think that's a good... Now, do I immediately doubt Setsu? I will. Nope. Defend. Now, see... Setsu just... I think I'm starting to, like, maybe understand a new angle for approaching these Nocia debates. A lot more of a personal one. Also, oh yeah, I could actually show off the crew data now. And there's some helpful information about generally how it's better to handle and think about the different characters and how it's basically things to keep in mind about each of them. In fact, while I'm thinking about that, I'm just gonna read them all. Actually, no. I'll read them all later when they're not in the middle of, like, almost finishing up a one. So, gonna doubt Setsu. There's something in the way, huh? Oof. Come on, Stella. Why aren't you realizing it yet? I think it's just her stats and Setsu's stats. Yeah, here we go. I was about to say, why has that happened twice now and she isn't, like, Setsu? Because that usually happens if someone keeps doubting you. Especially if they know they're human, though I don't know if that's really a factor in it. But it would make sense. Like, yeah, it's like a cause for, you know. Because I know that Stella's human. Alright, let's fucking hope. There we go. Oof. You got her. Got them. Oh man, I've been really bad about that today. I'm sorry, friends. Durkee, I hope we can meet under better circumstances next time. Until then. Yeah, me too, Setsu. Goodbye for now. By the way, everyone has different expressions when you say farewell. A lot of them are happy expressions. But then there's some people that have sour ones because they're bad people. But then there's Setsu, who seems to be... It seems like it could be shocked, it could be sad, it could be angry even. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's like, hey, you know you're going to see me again, why'd you say goodbye? I don't know. But a lot of them have happy expressions when I say goodbye to them, but she doesn't. They don't, and I wonder why. I wonder why they chose to use that expression for when you say goodbye to them. Not sure. But there we go. Oof. There's only 2 of us left. No longer detected. We've officially won. Hell yeah. The ship is now safe once again. I hope to bring you all nothing but comfort and convenience from now. You all, huh? Meaning me and me? Now everyone, I mean Durkee, please enjoy the rest of your journey. Salts being slayed. Stella's really cool. I like her design a lot. And we'll learn later that it's kind of obvious, but she's like basically ship staff, kind of. So, Stardust Nausea. Well, you'll see. I won't even spoil it like I did a couple of other characters already by now. Now celebrate its victory. Yes. And yay, we leveled as well. Due to restoration of key functions. Okay, here we go. Now we can start really opening up the game to interesting stuff. Now, there will be another very, 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 very useful feature later that will pop up, but we don't have access to that yet. For the moment, randomizing your features is probably the best way to go, I think. Just like doing random shit. I don't know if there's a randomize button. I think that would be smart. I'm not sure. I don't remember if there is or not. But if there is, I might just use that. But I think it really is just... There's a button later where you can find settings that definitely have some kind of condition attached to them. But finding the condition within that in order to advance the story is sometimes tricky. And I'm gonna... When I start to get stumped about, okay, why is this setting not giving me something yet? I'll see if I can find it on the internet. But until then... But yeah, due to the restoration of key functions, you are now able to choose your role at the start of a loop, which is very sexy. Guardian Angel, so that and also, wait, no, or is it literally just role? Well, we'll see. It looks like it's, hold on, no, I can't go back. I can't do anything but select my role. I'm not sure if you can do anything else besides that yet, or if this is literally just the tutorial. And it literally only chooses, maybe it is only role right now, I don't know. Okay. What do I want to play? Well, from the get-go, I want to do more Nausea faster than I did before, because for a lot of my first playthrough, I just really didn't do Nausea very often, and I need to get past that because you need to do it, and it's gonna be oof, but it's also kind of badass feeling sometimes. It's kind of sad, especially when you have to eliminate people you like, but, like, it's kind of badass being the Nausea, just the idea of it. To a degree as well, so and also you get to see more of like the different sides of people when they're Nausea, because they kind of know that they're it's kind of scary. They're aware that they're Nausea, but they can't do anything about it. They just have this hatred for humans, and they can't not eliminate humans. It's like it's such a strong compulsion, but a lot of them often feel bad about it, and they know that they are Nausea now, but that there's nothing they can do to stop it, and they will just eliminate humans. That is just what they will do. That is what they have to do. It's oof, man. But regardless, yeah, I'm gonna start with Nausea because I've spec'd pretty hard into stealth, which will help. Yipples. Your role is now Nausea. Chippy will become friend, so Chippy's with us this time. And yeah, see, as Nausea, and I've mentioned this before, you know who the other Nausea is, so you know that everyone else is at least not Nausea, which only narrows it down to humans, AC followers, which are also, they really might as well just be humans if you're Nausea, which is kind of sad, because at the end of the day, the AC followers want to help us, but we're still going to eliminate them. We still have to. Actually, wait, I'm not sure if AC follower count is like, yes, we're going to help you take over the ship, but I don't quote me, I don't know. But, alright, let's begin. A fight to the death between Mankind and Nausea. There is... Okay, so, there's a couple more characters that haven't been introduced. Actually, wait, I'm trying to remember. Who haven't we been introduced to yet? All that comes to mind otherwise is... Xiaoming and Remnant. But there might be someone else I'm forgetting. But this is one of the other people? Yeah, I'd say she's a person, because she is, very sentient. I'm pretty sure her background states that she's a whale that was made sentient by a scientist, so it's really cool. That Mankind, does that include me? Oh yeah, as for Otome, I'm not sure. Can a dolphin even... Oh, it's a dolphin. I thought she was a whale. Whoops, I'm already kind of beeping things up. I'm sure it's come up that she's a dolphin specifically before, but my brain went beluga whale there. I don't know my sea creatures very well, obviously. At least yet. I mean, I could know them if I researched them. And again, that's something that I've found to be very helpful, at least for my self-esteem, of like, yeah, I don't know this, or I don't do this, or I'm not good at this, but I probably could work on that. And that's a lot of people don't do that, and I think that's part of why a lot of people are miserable. Because they just sell themselves short all the time. Because as a human, you can learn new things, new skills. And a lot of people just decide that they can't learn X, Y, and Z, or do X, Y, and Z. And they just sit on that forever. And I used to be a person like that to the extreme, and I am no longer that. And I can say from experience that it is so much better to be more open to new experiences. And I'm still working on being open to new experiences, you know. Anyway, can Novan even be infected by Nausea? I don't know. I don't really know much about this Nausea either. And unfortunately, yes, she can be infected by Nausea. And she has very terrifying eyes when she's infected by Nausea. I believe we should assume that Otome is also capable of being infected by Nausea. Yes, if we can't be sure, then that would be safest. We need to factor in that risk. Also, I think she's human. Gina! Aw. What if that separates mankind from animals as intelligence and consciousness, then? Yes, I agree. Yes, I can feel intelligence in Otome. I don't feel much coming from Shigemichi and Kame. Why specifically those two? Okay, I kind of get why specifically those two, but that's still me and Rakio. Huh? Is Shigemichi, like, human? Hey, come on, man. One member of the crew is not present. I have attempted contact several times to know if this is who I think it is, preemptively poor Setsu, but also poor this guy we're about to meet. And that'll probably... The reason I said that will make sense to y'all that don't know already soon. Because I'm pretty sure this is the tutorial... This is the introduction of I'll just say their name, Xiaoming. I'm pretty sure this is how he's introduced. He's something else, let me tell you. Yep. Xiaoming, huh? Well, what are you gonna do, huh? Yeah, even if you were Nausea, there's definitely one more here among us. Let's just begin today's discussions. There's one person who isn't here. It looks like Otome is gonna participate, but... Yes, I'll do the best I can. Squeak. Actually, wait. If he's gone this time, question, did Setsu kill him? Because, you know why I said poor Setsu, but also poor him? They, blah, pronouns, Durgy, use the right pronoun, but, Setsu hates him, and I'm not sure why. As far as I know, it's because Xiaoming's constantly hitting on them, and they want nothing to do with it. But I think it's more to it than that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I ever found out either. And if I did, I wouldn't say, because I feel like that'd be a major spoiler. But, like, yeah, sometimes, see, Setsu hates him so much, they will just outright kill him before the game starts sometimes, so that Xiaoming is not available. Like, they were in the game, and then he was in the game, then he was removed from the game, because Setsu just straight kills him. Like, oof, man. Yeah, I think that it's implied that they killed him, though I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they did it this time, but I know it's a thing that they openly admit for future loops. I never really thought about that. It very well might be that they killed him this time, but they also might just be chilling in. He also might just be chilling in his room and trying not to participate. But I think if Levi can't make contact, I think Setsu killed him. I don't know which, but I think it's very, very inferable. Because, you know, when you learn that later and you go back through this game, like I've done. Anywho. Wait. What did I choose? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. I choose Nausea, so I can... Do I lie? Do I even play that game? I'm disinclined to. I'm kind of disinclined to use covering up myself with another person's role thing. Because they're gonna suspect that, you know... I don't know. And also, Chippy might do that for me anyway. I might do it later, but I won't start with it. But there will probably be times where I start with it just to experiment, basically. Or for whatever reason I stated at the time. Whatever idea I have. Because I like trying out different ways to approach this game, because I think there's a lot of valid ways to approach it, and to approach all sorts of different scenarios in this game, and the kinds of things that happen. By the way, is that a Pokeball on her belt? I don't think it's supposed to be a Pokeball, but it looks like one from the side. I wonder if it really is supposed to be a Pokeball from the side, though. And, like, you know, one of the artists is a huge Pokemon fan, and they were like, huh, how are we going to design this belt buckle? Wait, I could make it look like a sideways Pokeball. Ha! Who knows if that's really the truth. But it looks like a sideways Pokeball. By the way, I'm not like a Pokemon fan or anything, but I don't think anyone doesn't know what a Pokeball looks like. This Pokemon is that pervasive. I might end up playing Pokemon games on the channel, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. I'm interested in a few of them for sure. I don't know what ones I'm mostly interested in Black and White because of their stories. They're supposed to have really good ones. More deep stories than the rest of the games, so I very well might want to play Black and White at least. At least that's what I hope to do. Is mostly like blind let's play a lot of things and let's play a lot of other things or make videos of them or what have you. I definitely might start doing scripted stuff after like more of my side playthrough games that I've done and yeah, etc. But anywho, yeah, I'm not gonna play around with rules to begin with. I'm actually gonna wait and see for the moment. Shigemichi may be suspicious, and yeah, what I tend to do, and this works pretty often, at least for like your initial strategy as Nocia, is wait and see for a while, and whoever first is suspicious that you know isn't another Nocia, just start doubting them. Start agreeing. Start getting anyone but another Nocia doubted by people. It usually works charms for a while, because, you know, the more non-Nocia we put in a cold sleep, the easier our job's gonna be, so. I'm sorry, Shigemichi. I do kinda like you. I always like the characters that are always bullied by the other characters, because I was that nerd that was bullied in high school, and I was considered annoying by so many people. I bet a lot of people still consider me annoying, and oh well, I guess. At this point, I literally was like, yeah, if you think that, if you decide to even say that to my face, especially, you're an asshole, and there's no reason for me to have anything to do with you. Good day, sir, or madam. Or person. Anyway, Kushka, what is it you're after? Are you trying to split us up? I can't believe you do that. I, too, placed my trust in Shigemichi. I mean, like, comparatively. Okay, let's lay off a bit, eh? I got Shigemichi's back. And oftentimes, other Nocia will go ahead and agree with the person you doubted. I think a lot of that is to not have the Nocia be so associated with each other, and I think that's a good thing for you to do sometimes, too, is to contradict things other Nocia are saying, because that way that keeps all of your covers up, actually. So, it's interesting. For a while I was like, why do they disagree with you so much? But I think that's why. It makes a lot of sense. And I think once you're Nocia, you end up operating on zero empathy and just logic, really. Or just like, how do I stay alive at least so that I can eliminate people? And, or get this ship to Nos. So, unless you're like Rakio, for example, you're gonna want to, or Yuriko too, I think, you're gonna want to keep the other person alive. Not even, I think, I know Yuriko's like that too. They don't give one shit, Rakio or Yuriko. And they both have an O sound at the end of their name. I wonder if that's intentional. Probably not, but yeah. By the way, looking at Chippy's interesting jacket there, I love the clothing designs in these games. This game, they're very interesting in general. Very futury, of course, but like I really like the creativity of the clothing designs in these games. I always like the futuristic clothing designs and things because they're all really cool looking usually and very interesting and artsy. And I think games are not given enough credit for the artistry they display. I love video games so much, and I will continue to for the rest of time. For the rest of, like, at least my living, breathing, existingness, or whatever. Not sure what else you would call that. Which is why I ended up resorting to ness. And that doesn't even make sense, ness. I should have stopped at one ness. And already was, like, grasping at Strawsy enough. Anyway, thonka donka. Shmonka conka. Doonka 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 wurgy wagga wiggly. I be thonkanization and me thonkle donkle that, I'm gonna just keep waiting and seeing for a moment, but if you stay quiet, there might be eyes on you. I think, yeah, I don't have the ability to ask for a collaboration. I think that's a charisma skill, I don't remember. And I don't remember when you start being able to unlock skills. Because I feel like I should have already unlocked a stealth skill by now, for example. Do I start playing with rules or no? I could do that. I'm not gonna start off doing that. Otome. Yeah, agree. Engineer. I won't fuck with it. One of these people's an AC follower anyway, so they're doing the Descent job for me. They're doing the Confusey job for me. And we're gonna eliminate both of them anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of this. Donkey donkey durgany wordney. I could make myself known as Doctor, right? Yeah. That's the only other one available, because I don't think guard duty's a thing yet. Is it? I'll have to think. Actually, I feel like that was an option while I was looking through, but we'll see. In fact, I'll pick guard duty next, because I don't think we've tutorialized that yet. I think it's literally a thing you end up tutorializing when you pick it. So I think I'll choose that next if I can. Because it is a very handy thing to be, but you're also very easily targetable by Nocia. I'm not exactly sure if they ever prioritize guard duty over the rest of the crew, but they may, and they also may not. It seems like sometimes they do, but that's just from observation. I think it's still pretty random, because it's not like I feel like they do it most of the time. It does seem like about, I don't know, half the time though, which is why I feel like it's kind of random, but maybe it increases the chance of you ending up, of a given crew member ending up being eliminated if, like, hey, I'm definitely human. Look at this giant target on my entire being. Not gonna doctor. Gonna keep just spreading content that other people say. I think we're gonna be able to get Otome voted. Actually, also the doctor might reveal themselves because they have something to investigate tomorrow. You can turn off the cold sleep. I like the cold, so I'll be okay. Bye bye. Bid farewell to Otome. Many hug. At least she's always a good sport about it. But yeah, I like her quite a bit. She's a very wholesome being, unless she's Nocia, or an AC follower, or a bug. But like I said, we don't know about bugs yet. Durgy, can you come with me for a minute? Okay. Yeah, thanks. I don't want to have to go see Shaw. Okay, so he's just holding himself up in his room still. Xiaoming alone. To be honest, I can't stand him. Huh, I assumed you'd be coming along soon. Honestly, he's hot, and he's kind of cool, but he is a badass. He's a badass. I like him, but I hate him. What I meant, actually, when I said badass, I meant to say he's an asshole. But I saw that jacket, and I love black jackets. I'm horny as fuck for them. And I also kind of like his shark tooth necklace thing. And my brain just said badass, because also I love the purple. Or is it blue inside of his collar? I think it's the same purple as his sleeve. I like his color scheme there, the black and purple. It's very cool. And also his hair is really cool and multicolored. His design's awesome. He's a dickhead, though. I don't like it very much. Alright, Setsu, how about instead of all the formalities, you just give me one hot kiss right here, huh, babe? Jesus. Xiaoming Han has to tell you, I'm non-binary, so treat me like that and stop with the babe stuff. Well, that still totally hit that. So, anyway, who's this? Never seen you before. Yeah, he's just a complete dickhead, and he doesn't fucking respect her identity whatsoever. I'm sorry. Especially in this situation, I feel bad about accidentally doing that. It's so hard to not. Okay. This is Durgy, a friend of mine. Anyways, don't mind me. You guys just do your thing. Xiaoming, listen. I'm just gonna get right into it. You didn't show up to the Nocia strategy meeting. Just what were you doing? I was rubbing one out, so... Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't fucking blame them. I shouldn't have asked. Let me rephrase the question. Why didn't you show up? Why should I? Say something wrong and I might get targeted by the Nocia? End up getting wiped out, right? Look, I don't want to stand out, you feel me? Xiaoming has extremely high stealth, and also extremely high assholery. It's like the hidden stat. And Xiaoming, Rakio, Yuriko all have very high assholery. Anyway, making him less likely to be targeted by Nocia. Also, his comments don't cause him to stand out much. If you don't like it, then how about you vote for me and send me off to the freezer? I'd rather get frozen for a while than get totally wiped out. Xiaoming, you can't just do whatever you please. You better come to this discussion tomorrow. Yeah, nope, not gonna do it. In that case, how about I just have you leave this ship through the airlock by yourself? And she's not fucking kidding. She fucking kills his ass all sorts of times through this game. They're not joking at all. And I love that. Setsu's an absolute badass. Hey, hold up. You're basically telling me to go die, right? And like I said, they ain't kidding. They literally kill you a bunch of times throughout this game. They will absolutely murder you. A lot. Over and over again. They don't give no fuckles. I love it, by the way. Because, yeah, I think Xiaoming does... Yeah, well, yeah, you die. And I will fucking kill you. And they will. Okay, you sound serious, because they are. Fine, I give up. I love that. Because, again, you don't know yet, but you don't know how deep it goes yet. I don't even know if you even find out, or if not, you really end up finding out the absolute specifics, but, like, yeah. They literally just kill him. Thanks, Durgi. With you there with me, I was able to make it through this route without killing Xiaoming. And you know what's funny? When I first heard that, I thought it was a figurative thing. I bet most people did. You know, like, oh man, I would kill that person. But when you say that, you just mean, God, I don't like them. You don't really mean you'd kill them. But no, they mean that. They do that in the future. They will kill him off. In many different loops. Crew net update, Xiaoming. He's an asshole and that's all you need to know. But no, now that I'm thinking about it, before I even level up, I'm going to actually look at everyone's crew data. I'm going to start looking through it because it's important for the story and also for strategy. And I'm going to try to actually osmose the strategies for everyone. Because everyone has little tips about their personality here. And I'm going to try to use them more than I did before. Alright, starting with Gina. Each time you learn something about a person through discussions or private conversation, their ability values increase slightly. When a special item is updated, they will increase significantly. Special item. I'm guessing the special items are what they call those locked boxes. Not sure. Probably. Those, those things with the lock icon over them. Not sure, but makes sense, right? Unless the special items are the ones that have a crew or a Nocia sign over them. Okay, starting with Gina, and then just going right until I go over to Xiaoming. Gina, serious and brave, somewhat fastidious. And, the more of these you unlock, the more you will also have, like, bits of hints on how to deal with this person. And here's their ability graph, so you can actually see what their stats are, what they're good at, what they're not good at. And I'd like to use this more for strategy in the future. So she's got high stealth, high logic, very high charm, pretty meh. Well, high comparatively, because if you look at the chart, yeah, it could be much higher than it is. Generally low ability levels, but strong and serious personality. Always sure to do what she feels she has to do. Which is interesting. I really wonder how they designed each of these characters as far as their gameplay parameters. Because it's not just their abilities that dictate how they do things and how good they are at things. Well, it dictates how good they are at what they try to do. But, like, the way that they behave feels very individual. And they were able to do that with game code. And the way they behave, meaning how they generally end up acting in meetings, no matter what their roles are. Strong, serious personality, sure what to do. SQ. Hedonistic, fun-loving, and hides your feelings. Top class, charmed... Yeah, she's pretty scary, because look at the bottom right area of this entire graph. She's maxed out performance, charm, and stealth as well. Because it doesn't even mention the high stealth she's got. She's got high stealth. I mean, look at Gina's everything. generally low indeed, generally high is what she's got. And she's got a little bit of intuition, but her logic is in the shitter. Her charisma is a little bit better. Top class charm performance abilities, and also pretty damn good stealth too. In fact, very, very close. In fact, I'm pretty sure it should say performance, charm, performance, and stealth, but it is a little bit less. I can see that, I think. But actually, the more I look at it, it looks like stealth and performance are like the same. Or even that stealth might be a little bit higher, but either way. Top class charm performance abilities, cautious and selfish, she rarely speaks up, making her lies difficult to spot. And that's the thing, is that it's interesting because she's very bubbly when she does speak, but she doesn't actually do it much. And it's interesting. And also, that's the thing, is that that's usually also a tell, but she might, you know, like, being quiet is usually also a tell, so that's another thing to look out for, but, well, that's the thing, is that she will be quiet regardless of what she is. So that, you know, and that's, I think, a lot of why a lot of people tend to doubt SQ, because I've noticed that's a trend, for sure. So she's going to tend to be quiet regardless of if she's Gnosia. So that's something to, you know, be cautious about. By the way, her boots are really interesting, like those weird fidget spinner looking things over here. And the fact that they seem to, like, tie up like a drawstring bag at the top. And also, I feel like I have to say it eventually and get this horny comment out there. I do like the cut of her pants, and I will say nothing else about that. Anyway, or her bottoms? I'm not sure if I'd call them pants. I think they could probably be called pants. Maybe leggings? I'm not sure. Or, actually, it looks more like they're part of the dress she seems to have going on the top there. It seems like a one-piece thing the more I look at it, but anyway. It also seems like it might be overlapping too, so it might literally just be there underneath the dress, but I don't know, man. Especially that, like, that would be her right leg, yeah, because, yeah. Like, look at it, it's like, it looks pretty seamless, while the left side, it kind of looks like she's got, like, an underneath thing going on, so I think it's one piece. Very interesting, but anyway. Oh, what? Wow. I'm so used to playing PS4 games more than anything recently, because, you know, I've been playing with, like, if you noticed, I've been doing a lot of Guilty Gear Strive content. I did a whole Let's Play of Persona 5 Royal earlier this year. It was huge. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. And then I kind of cascaded over into doing being almost serious about it. Because I realized, yeah, like, if I could finish something that big and just kept being hoyt about it, regardless of whatever else happened in my life, I always enjoyed recording that. I knew. And then there was Strikers immediately after that, because I love Persona 5 so much. And I finished the Strikers Let's Play, that was all on PS4, so I'm so used to when I'm playing games, yes, PS4 controller, because I put my Switch controller down. And by the way, I'm just using the controller dock thing that comes with the Switch and the Joy-Cons, but I want to get a Pro Controller eventually. No class charm performance abilities. Cautious and selfish, she rarely speaks up, making her lies difficult to spot. So, good to keep in mind, she's going to be quiet regardless. Also, her stealth's really high too, so her lies are difficult to spot anyway. Not just because she rarely speaks up. And they don't mention that here, which I find is weird, because her stealth is also really high. But, yeah, that's why you always look at those, and take into account that stuff too, not just this paragraph. Because the paragraphs, I don't think, are usually ever really a great summary, especially because of how random the game does tend to be. That's one gripe I think have with this game, but not. Also, again, really cool, interesting outfit. I find myself again drawn to the shoes because they look interesting. And the leggings that they seem to have got on, and the interesting, like, dress, I think I want to call that what they've got on. The interesting green, like, harnessy thing around their waist, and it seems like their sleeves are connected together with these very colorful ribbon things. Very interesting. Alright, intelligence supremacy, straight acting. And a complete asshole. And look at this fucking logic. Shit. This is high import on logic, yeah, no fucking kidding. It's quick to cast doubt even on close allies. Yeah, see, I've already mentioned that before. Surprisingly playful, often falsely claims various roles. Okay, so even if they aren't Nocia, he might actually, wait, no. Hold on, I just realized. You can't claim a role falsely unless you're Nocia or AC or Bug, so if they have a role, I think it's pretty smart to generally assume that they might be worth trying to cold sleep if you're, or at least investigate if you're an engineer. Yeah. If they claim a role at all and you're the engineer, fucking investigate them. And honestly, I think it's smart to fucking, at the very least, and again, of course, if they're the sole claimant, there's no real reason, but investigate Rakio first if they are among several people, you know, with the same role claim, is smart. So good to know. I didn't actually remember that, or even know if I even really ended up taking into account very much when it came to playthrough. Which is why I really wanted to go restart this game, because a lot of times I have to restart games in order to really use more depth in how I play. It's really interesting. It seems like most people don't have to do that, but this way I end up getting more out of the games that I think, out of at least certain games, and more games, the more that I am better and better at just sticking with games, right? Than a lot of people end up doing. But anyway, by the way, I have talked to them, right? I'm not talking. I have looked at their one thing. It looks like Setsu is giving you one for everyone. I just realized, and I don't think I've unlocked any others yet. Unless, of course, I have, and then there'll be 2 or more. But I think Setsu, to start off with, gives you one of these locked boxes here. And I think the special roles they talked about are those green ones, or the ones that will be red because they're Nocia. Or at least, you know, the ones that, you know, the green or red corner with the symbol of whatever they are. I think that means you need to unlock them while they are crew, I think. Or Nocia in the cases of Nocia ones. Don't quote me on that. And I think those are also always hints on how they're going to behave specifically when they're crew or Nocia, so that's also helpful. But again, I think a lot of this stuff is a little bit to be taken with a grain of salt, at least to a degree or another, depending on other variables in the game. So yeah, if they're in a group of people that have claimed a role, it's pretty smart to be suspicious of them, although that doesn't always mean they're not going to be a thing, so that's the other thing to take into account. Stella! Again, I really love the unique designs of everyone's clothing. It's very cool. Kind and gentle, somewhat not. And an absolute big. And also, I had sex with her that one time. What? It'd be funny if that was one of the things that remarked. Main character ends up having sex with her. No, I mean, you don't really have to imply that you did that, but like, if you choose certain options, it's super. In that earlier thing I talked about, it's super obvious that like. There's no way they didn't intend for it to seem like sex. Like, they didn't intend for you to draw the conclusion that when she said, "Oh, Durgi," there, then they had sex. Like, what else would follow that? Also, I think I heard rustly noises, and then the screen went black. Like, come on. But anyway, super high logic, as it says down there. Yeah, pretty generally average abilities other than logic. Her stealth is a little higher than everything else, that's good to think about. High logic, other abilities are average. Earnest and helpful, she rarely takes risks, and is often overlooked by others. Yeah, I've noticed that too. A lot of people don't really tend to even be suspicious if Stella's quiet a lot. So she rarely takes risks. I'm gonna have to think about what that means for, like, what to think about what she does and doesn't do. Not quite sure right now. Maybe if she's Nocia, she's gonna be more cautious, so maybe... I don't know, I'll have to think about what that might mean. And also, if you have any idea, friends, let me know, of course. So, Shigemichi, kind, positive personality, weirdly charismatic. It's weird, because it says kind of positive, but he tends to be very, very convictus, you know, conviction-filled when, I don't know, convictus is not the word, but now it is, because it came out of my mouth. It's funny. I'm pretty sure most of y'all wouldn't know what I meant by now, but he's filled with conviction, right? So... whenever, like, he doesn't like someone or something or is suspicious, he's very, very loud and very, like, expressive. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Which is weird how that's not part of... maybe that's part of what weirdly charismatic means? I'm not sure. Or maybe the entirety? I'm not sure. Let's see, yeah. Stealth, 2. Very high stealth, 2. And charisma. Extremely charismatic and able to say pretty much anything and be forgiven. You say that, but there's a lot of people that end up really being suspicious of Shigemichi, so I don't know about that, but... affording him great stealth ability. When faking a role, he goes all in and is quickly found out, so that's the other thing. Both him and Rakio, they are in a role. Like, actually, no, I don't even think you need, like, if he's faking a role, I don't even think you need to investigate if he is or start getting him suspicious. I think other people will just start being suspicious of him. Like, Comet is probably highly likely to be suspicious of him if he is claiming the role falsely, because she has a pretty high likelihood of doing lying. So there's that too. Of course, that depends on her being human as well, but human and not a sea follower, and not a bug hunter. So 2. Strong sense of justice and responsibility, logical. Actually, wait, did I even read, like, his blurb? Yeah, I did. Also, yeah. Leads the group with balanced abilities, brave and serious and logical. Easily targeted due to stealth ability. Yeah, strong sun... yeah, holy, yeah, I've read that. Yeah, they've got really high... they've got pretty, so they've got, yeah, balanced abilities indeed, because they're all pretty high, but not super high. But, like, as far as, like, the things they're best at, yeah, easily targeted due to low stealth ability, yeah, that's the lowest of them. It's just not by super much, interestingly enough. Yeah, they've got okay intuition, but they've got really good charm, logic, and charisma especially, and a little bit less good, but still good performance as well. Logic leaning. Maybe that's supposed to mean that the logic is a little bit more than the charisma, but it looks kind of like they're about the same. Though I'm not sure exactly how to read these orange blobs yet, except for how far the angle extends out, of course, which seems to be the main thing. But it really does seem like logic and charisma are about the same, if not entirely the same. Because I think the only point is, okay, what point do they reach out to? I really think there's, like, you know, that point on the whatever shape it ends up being because of, like, the ability scores. And also it says sex NA right there because they are non-binary. Also, I'm gonna actually read their other stuff. She is female, obviously. 21, origin is Earth. There's a lot more other planets than Earth, as we're about to find out right now. They're not from Earth yet. Origin is the Lelio Belt. I wonder if that's like a Chinese name. It sounds Chinese. I almost said Japanese, and I'm sorry, Chinese people, because I meant Chinese. And listen, I blame being white as fuck. I don't know. Like, I wasn't trying to be racist there. Sex female, age 24, age 18. I can't remember 18, it's so weird. They seem so mature. They probably are trying to be really hard too. And again, yeah, sex NA. Origin, Glaze Fleet, which I do believe means that they were raised in space. And we'll also learn about the backgrounds of these places. Stella, origin unknown. Actually, well, origin isn't unknown. It'll be discovered later. But, yeah, it's not... There's a good reason why it says unknown there, as I'll say for now. She's 26. They're all estimates, too, so you need to think about that. Because, well, I don't really know if Stella, without giving away what she is, having an age makes any sense. So maybe it's just how they look? No, I don't know about that. Apparently he's 88, so he's actually pretty old. He seems like one of the most immature people, which is funny. So there's that. So planet Shamgun. It sets us from base 52, and yeah. And they're part of the military. So it's a military base, clearly. By the way, again, everyone's like shoes and like leg clothing, it tends to be really interesting. Like, look at the shape of their shoes. It's very interesting. Chippy, look at him. Hold on. I've been through Setsu. I think, yeah, I haven't looked at Chippy yet. Balanced, well-rounded personality, perceptive. So he's got a lot of good intuition, charm, a little bit less stealth, charisma, performance, and lower than everything else logic, but it's not like his logic is like super in the shitter, but it's the worst thing, for sure. Highly able with impressive intuition, charm, and stealth levels. I find it interesting that, yeah, they'll mention this stuff sometimes, but not always. Like, for example, who was it that had high stealth and they don't mention that? Because I thought that was so weird. It was like one of the first people, right? I'm going too far. Was it her? I think it was actually her. No, it was someone else. Like, it was her. Yeah, charm performance. It doesn't mention her stealth. It also doesn't even mention her stealth when it says her lies are difficult to spot, which I find really weird because it says she rarely speaks up, making her lies difficult to spot. But yeah, that would because she's talking less, right? Maybe that's how they flavor her stealth specifically. I'm not sure. Maybe that would explain that it's not mentioned directly. Anyway, I'm thinking too hard about that probably. Alright. His well-balanced personality makes me formidable at doing this. You know what's funny is for some goddamn reason, I don't know why, I don't think he's that capable. I don't feel like he's really been much of a challenge for me when he's in my way, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And Comet, she's something interesting indeed. I like her a lot, by the way. Extremely intuitive, but conversely and very, ironically terrible at lying. She's really good at sussing out who the liars are, but she's terrible at lying. Which is really funny to me, because you'd think if you know exactly what to look for, more or less, for someone lying, like, wouldn't you know how to not act? I don't know. It certainly doesn't work like that for her, apparently. Like, when you're lying, you don't even know how to act. Yeah. By the way, her sandals are really cool. And, they seem to be made out of the same, like, hair covering she's got. I'm not sure what that's called. And then those designs all over her body are cool. I'm specifically referring to them as not tattoos, by the way. But yeah, extremely intuitive, terrible lying. Because they aren't tattoos. They are something much more interesting than that, actually. But they're beautiful. Extremely intuitive, easily seeing through lies. Yeah, look at her fucking intuition. Also, she's got pretty good charm. And pretty okay stealth. But her logic doesn't exist. Look at that. God. Literally, there's none. Zero. I don't know if I've seen anyone have zero anything. Very brave, social, and playful. Utterly lacking logic. Yeah, absolutely. She relies on emotion over probability, and that's all it's offering. Okay, so she'll doubt people to fuck. Even if they aren't lying, and that's the other thing. I often assume, if she's doubting someone, that must mean they're lying. No, you have to think about that. You know, and then of course she could be Nocia and trying to act the same, but ultimately, you know, it's not the same kind of tells that it would be if she was human, because she's Nocia, or an AC folder, or a bug. There's a lot of really interesting stuff to think about in this game, and I love it. I love the logic. It's kind of fun to do logic-y stuff in a game like this, because it's a pretty comfortable, you know, and intriguing environment for me to practice a skill I'm not great at. And it's also just a really fun game to me. I love it. I just like, I like being immersed in this world and this ship that ends up being the whole world for these people because they keep looping through it. I don't know, it's really interesting. I love it, man. It's cool. I just love these characters, too. Just how interesting and well fleshed out they are. Jonas possesses generally high abilities. However, possibly due to his chaotic personality, these abilities are rarely put to actual use, which is interesting. And yeah, he'll basically be very random about what he does and what he doesn't do. And it's hard to explain that. I'll probably find better ways to explain it the more that I see him in this particular playthrough, be his weird thing that he does. But yeah, and he also apparently has a thing for dead bodies. Not dead bodies, but like cold slept bodies. I'm not gonna think about... It seems implied that he was literally trying to rape one of the sweet people. I don't fucking know, though. Generally high abilities, if this isn't apparent. So he's got pretty high performance, pretty high charisma, pretty high logic, pretty damn high stealth, too. It's really interesting. Intuition is meh. Charm is meh, but yeah. It's really interesting because... Yeah, and also, again, like, everything's around 2 circles or more, except, like, everything is 2 circles or more except his charm. So, that's interesting. And his charm is not very far from being 2 circles, so. Very intuitive, acts on her emotions. 15, yeah, she actually looks her age, and, like, frickin' Shikamichi, it's probably chalked up that he is a gray alien, but then, like, there's frickin', who else was like, wait, what? I think, also, there's no data on Comet's age, which is interesting. Also, I forgot to keep reading the stuff. Origin Planet Duo. Chippy's 25. Origin Planet Comms. Jonas, 33 million. That's how he always struck me as slightly older than most of the rest of the people here, and that would be true. Because most of these people are around 20-something. Except for Rushka, and For some reason, Rakio was on the team too. But how old is Setsu? Oh yeah, they're 18 too. Which I find it so weird that Rakio is 18 too. I thought they'd be older. I really would. Well, hold on, I haven't actually looked at this stuff. I've heard stuff. High charm and performance abilities. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so yeah, really fucking maximum, absolutely max charm. I'm pretty sure that means it's absolutely the maximum level. He has extreme, he has like absolutely maxed out charm. Very high performance, very high stealth, pretty high intuition, meh charisma, zero fucking logic again, like with Comet too. High charm and performance abilities make her hard to target for Cold Sleep, even when doubted. Acting mainly on emotion, she targets those she dislikes over dangerous enemies, so that's another thing to keep in mind. If she's human, she's doubting people, that doesn't mean shit really. Yeah, so again, there's a lot of interesting variables to take into account. Intuitive acts on her emotions, just to make sure I didn't... And also, interestingly enough, Otome is not unlocked. And I think that's because we got her after Setsu shared data with us. Interesting. Also, yeah, we can't see her abilities yet, because I think what Setsu did is everyone that I already had, and I think... Okay, no, okay, it's probably because she shared this info about Shaman later, but when she actually shared data, I think she shared everything else everyone else that we already knew about. Like, speaks casually, is careful not to stand out. High stealth, low intuition, and logic. Focus on self-preservation is very good at survival. I do find it interesting that we just know nothing about it. I really wonder why she didn't end up giving us, Setsu didn't end up giving us information for Ultimate Pilot. Planet Arsla. Also, Origin Sea Planet Mappa? With her tricycle's tire there, it's hard to see. And by the way, I like the fact that that she moves around by being in this like cart thing. That I imagine she has some way to control how it goes around, which is cool. But yeah, she's a 7-year-old dolphin. She's very smart. I love it. And also, I think 7 for a dolphin would be pretty, would be like an adult too, so. Although I'm not sure about that, actually. How long do dolphins live? I feel like I remember hearing they actually live pretty long, so maybe I'm wrong, but either way. But yeah, she's only 15, that makes a lot of sense for how she looks, and how she is too, in general. Shaman, yeah, okay, so let's look at Shaman's stuff. Really high stealth, absolute max stealth. High charm, high performance, yeah, higher performance than charm. But interestingly enough, zero fucking charm, and might as well be zero fucking logic intuition as well. Just tiny barely cannot be zero fucking. Jeez, cannot be just a straight line down the middle. High stealth and low intuition and logic. And charisma too. Actually, no, I'm looking at it now. Okay, yeah, that's right. Charisma is open. But yeah, it's just intuition and logic. Focused on self-preservation, he's very good at surviving. Except when Setsu kills him, eh? Because it's funny, because every time they kill him before anything else happens, so... If Setsu's having a good day, he's good at surviving, but not otherwise. Okay, and now it's come full circle. There's everyone, and I spent a lot of time on that, so let's get back to the video game. Level up! Alright. I keep hearing the words heavy metal each time. Like, right here. It's probably not, but I agree, heavy metal, hell yeah. I enjoy heavy metal. I also enjoy this game's music, but that's unrelated to me liking heavy metal. Because it's very different. I love the atmosphericness of this music. Actually, no. I love the atmosphericness in a lot of my metal, so it's more related than perhaps I thought initially. But anyway. Not all my metal, But there's a lot of atmospheric stuff I like in metal, and it also is a mood-based thing. Like, I'll like to listen to some of that stuff, a lot of that stuff, religiously sometimes, but other times I like more straightforward metal that's not super atmospheric, but, you know. Anyway, stealth, charm. Like I said, yeah, I want to start pumping points into logic. Although, granted, I would also like to get, like, a charm or stealth ability pretty soon here if I can. Though I have no idea. Wait, hold on. Do I get maybe a stealth ability at 20? Again, I have no freaking clue. I keep doing that because I keep thinking, but when? When am I going to get a stealth ability? Can I? But yeah, having stealth would be nice because, again, I'm going to try to focus on being a Nocia for a while. See what that does, more or less. Way more than I used to, anyway. But regardless. We are a Nocia in this one, too, right? Yeah, I'm still Nocia in this game. Oh yeah, friend Setsu, Dr. Kukushka, so let's keep that in mind. Although, granted, your detractor doesn't always really do much to detract from you. I think it's kind of a luck of the draw type thing. I don't really know. Definitely the variables, the many, many random elements of this game have to do with that. I'm not sure what the detractor thing is really about, because it seems really inconsistent how it works, but... Because there's been so many times where, at the very least, I feel like I've been hassled a lot more by a lot of other people, more than my detractor, so shrug. But, what am I doing? I'm gonna go talk to someone, probably that ain't Kukushka, because I don't think you can turn your detractor to your side, and again, I don't really know how much that would really help me, because it seems pretty random if it's really much of a detriment. So, who do I want to talk to? I want to see if I can get anyone on my side, because there's no Nocia if you have anyone along your side. Chippy's the other Nocia, right? Yeah. What about... Shinichi? Kukushka, accidentally. Kukushka's gaze is filled with contempt and a sort of sadness. I wonder... See, I don't know why, but my brain feels like she might know... She might be able to look at me and know if I'm Nocia. Or she might just... Oh, that's right, never mind. I didn't... Yeah, she's my detractor. That's what it says when... I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Do I get rid of her? But the thing is that if I get rid of my detractor, I think that usually is like... Because I think everyone has a detractor. That would make sense because sometimes when people are eliminated, you know, some of the NPCs will say, this person got eliminated and you person, you were at odds with them, so this must mean that you're Nocia. So I think that's not smart. But yeah. I wonder if you can turn your detractor to your side. But I'm pretty sure you can't. I'm pretty sure, like, you always have one detractor, even if somehow your detractor from before is dead, or somehow you are able to turn them to your side. I don't really know how that works. I didn't mean to talk to her. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Maybe I was still thinking about the fact she's my detractor. I don't know. My brain is weird. Let's target someone you wouldn't fucking expect. Like fucking Sha Ming, you're welcome, Setsu. Oh, Sha Ming, it's such a shame. Because anyone who's not your reporter is going. By the way, I don't think I was able to set the roles, so I think there is an AC follower, and I think there's only going to be one. So you request anyone who's not. Although, no, I think there's only always one. I think that's been established. All right, we'll see. I'm pretty sure there can only be one. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's my turn to report. Stella was human, just like me. Okay, next I'm going to find Nocia. I investigated someone else. I investigated Setsu. Setsu is Nocia. Huh. Yeah, no, she isn't, so that's the thing. She's my friend, or we know on the phone. So, hold on. That means Gina must be on ours. I think, yeah, she's an AC follower. Because Setsu is not Nocia, we know that. The only other Nocia, besides us, is Chippy. So, she's on our side. We need to not touch her, because she's going to spread all sorts of false information for us. Because, yeah, she's the AC follower. Absolutely guaranteed. There's no other way she'd lie about that. So Shigemichi's a real engineer. So that's good to keep in mind, but I won't target either of them. I think it's not smart. At least generally, as much as I used to anyway. I'm going off a lot of what I learned from playing my first game of Gnosia, and use the second playthrough as an excuse to really try to get out of old habits of playing the game. Because I've noticed that oftentimes that helps me to do so. If you establish those habits early in the game, as you're being re-fed tutorials that you might have forgotten, and I definitely tend to do that and that kind of a thing. Getting back into the whole loop of the game from the beginning, as it kind of eases you into it, you know. It helps to solidify better habits that help you play the game better. Anyway, especially I feel with a game like this, but maybe it's because, again, this is kind of outside of my brain goodness wheelhouse to a degree, but at the same time it isn't. I feel like I have a lot of good thought processes about this game, but yeah, I love the puzzles that these games produce for me. Words. This game specifically, it's such a gem. A unique, interesting, underrated gem to me. Okay, so yeah. We know that Setsu isn't Gnosia, but if we threw her under the bus, threw them under the bus, as much as that wouldn't really help us, you know. It would help us. It would help us, is what I'm saying. I'd rather not, but we have to be callous. We are Gnosia, we are callous. We have no empathy. We're supposed to get rid of all these things, so... Point out that questionable points about Setsu. Okay, no one really agrees with me, and Chippy's just disagreeing to keep his ass covered. I think is the main reason they do that. Because oftentimes other Gnosia will just disagree with you. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. But it's not always. I think it also might be character per character. It's like more common for perhaps Chippy to disagree with you, but not someone else. There are times where they will stick up for you, but anyway. I'll go along with you, but I don't know if that's really... I don't know. If it's really like you're even a factor in that or not, or it's just what they end up doing or not, and it's always like dependent essentially on them. I don't think we should all jump on Setsu like this. I just want to like take anything. I don't care if you lie to you. Know what's the purpose of these ones? See. I'm gonna defend her. Because... yeah. Okay. Because again, if she's around... well, at this point, I might throw her under the bus. So no, if I end up throwing her under the bus randomly, that might actually... I wouldn't put it past this brilliant game to take that as something for people to be suspicious about, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I will defend her. Stick with my guns, as it were. Because again, if she's around continuing to spread information, it will help us. But if she gets thrown under the bus, it's not really our loss, really. Would not to please step forward. Not so lucky that I'm the doctor, huh? I can tell who is or isn't Gnosia. I keep freezing anyone suspicious. Yeah, there's no way anyone else is gonna step up because there's one AC follower. So Rakio is the real doctor. But I could. This is actually like kind of fun. I get all this Kukushka time and stuff. Oh my god, Kukushka, let's like totally team up and survive, okay? Yeah, Kukushka doesn't wanna start Votel. It's interesting because like Kukushka's like sad expression, like it's like a sad smile. But I know that there's actually like not even close to happy expressions she has. It's interesting. Not even close to positive, maybe you could say. But like her default tends to be, regardless of how she actually feels, like being very generally smiley. Like look at her default portrait, you know, for example. Whereas of course Rakio has this just look on their face all the time. It actually sort of reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where there's, I don't really know the context, I've really just seen the clip online where there's like, SpongeBob does a weird dance, and then someone's like, someone like critiques it or something as they're walking by. I think it was Squidward, and SpongeBob goes, "Ugh, who put you on the planet?" It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world, but it's hilarious. And that's kind of, I feel like that's Rakio's whole attitude. Ugh, who put anyone else but me on this ship? Is what I feel like they literally think. Anyway, by the way, I find it might be a thematic thing on purpose that Yuriko just isn't here for so many of these loops. Like, she's a really important character as far as the actual plot of the story goes once we start unraveling that. I won't say anything more than that because spoiler, Durgan go weird. But I just find it interesting that for a lot of the early games, she's just not around. Like, look, she's not here. It's really interesting. Anyway, who the fuck? Was I trying to stick to any guns of anyone to throw under the bus? Yeah, Gina's probably the most suspicious, so I'll just go with having her being eliminated. And thankfully, I don't seem to be very suspicious except for with Gina. Probably because I've specifically detracted from her. Good night. I'll dream of you all. Bye. I want a hug. And also that like sad expression of hers makes me want to just cry. Because she always seems to look very emotional. Like she's always about to cry to me. When she's like that, and some of her other expressions too. I want to hug Gina very much. Chippy, a bright, relaxing space, perfect for meetings. The automated aquariums, fish, etc. But yeah, like if there's red, like diamonds like this that have the exclamation point, there's a reason they are so, hey, look at me, click on me, because they're always important events for moving forward the story, at least to some degree or another. So, hi, Chippy. And yeah, in this case, it's more, this is how this person is like when they're Nausea. And I always love the idea of that. And also, the Nausea music, the music when you're Nausea, just oof, fittingly spooky for what you are or what you're trying to do, you know? Having no choice but to eliminate humans or whatever. All just excuses. Sorry. Now, who to take out tonight? It's interesting because you really don't have a choice, man. I don't think it is excuses. I don't know. From what I see, it's like you're so compelled that there's nothing else you can do. That really feels like no excuses. It really feels like it's not an excuse to me, but yeah, I'm thinking Rakio. Just a feeling I got. And I don't remember exactly what it is. Like, I don't remember if... I don't know if you get anything special for picking who. Also, I don't know, man. But yeah, like, this way, the Doctor will not be around to say the fact that Gina was not an Nausea, for example. Because as far as everyone else knows, she might have been an Nausea. Especially because a lot of people... So, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah. But if we got rid of Shigemichi... might be a little bit more risky for us. But yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I'll risk that. And also, I tend to often go for who they pick. Because usually it's a pretty good choice, I feel like. But sometimes I will pick differently just because. Now, I'm not sure if maybe you get some kind of reputation boost with them and that might, like, make them be underside more often in general. I don't know, man. I don't know if it does anything or if it's just there for just in case you have no idea who the fuck to choose. That very well might be it, and thank you, game, for that. It just might not be optimal, depending on how you think about it. And optimal might look different to some people, because I think there's a lot of ways you could go about winning the game in general, and that's really interesting to me. Last night, after being attacked by Nausea, Rakio disappeared. Report! Rakio has been victimized. Cause of death, Nausea! Rakio, I just hope you make it here. Hope you make it here? Wait, what? The fuck does that mean, dude? Rakio, I just hope you make it... What does that mean? What the hell does he mean when he says that? It can't be English, because this game is immaculately either written in English or translated. I don't know which. I think it would be localized because of how polished it is if it's, changed to English from whatever original language it was. But it might have started in English. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue about the people that made this game, but I want to know now because I'm really curious because these people are fucking geniuses. But yeah. Hope you make it. What does that mean? Make it here. What the fuck does he mean by that? Here meaning like the universe Thenosia is trying to create, maybe? That's my only guess. Does he have like a thing for Rakio in some way? I'm not sure. Why is he sad about it? Or is he just sad about whoever you pick because he doesn't like this? It's very clear that he does not like the Enosia at all. Like, cause he's the one who picked them, but he's really sad that he did it, that, like, we picked them anyway. So it's like, yeah. Hope you make it here. Maybe here is the universe, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means, but moving onward. You requested there's a lot of things that are said in these games that really seem vague to me, and I don't understand what they could mean. Like the comet thing earlier. Why the hell would she just think, yeah, trap set, you're gonna die? Maybe it's just because intuition, and like she maybe notices people being very suspicious of me or hostile toward me? Is that it? Like, is that what that is? That makes sense to me. I'll just go with that. Because I don't know, obviously. You requested anyone who is not reported to come forward. Oh, hey, it's my turn to report. Durkee's nose. Oh, shit, fuck ass bitch, because he's right. Boy. But the good news is, for all we know, the real engineer could be the one that got put in the cold sleep. Because because I don't care if you. Oh shit, fuck ass. I might be fucked here. We'll see. Okay. Oh hey, Chippy actually backed me up. I really do wonder if picking who. Like, because again, he was pretty, like, not with me earlier, but now he's with me. Or maybe it's mostly, like, if you get doubting, like, no, I'm gonna help you out. Unless you're, like, unless the other Nosia is, like, Rakio or Yuriko. Oh, yeah, which is kind of funny, because even if it's Rakio or Yuriko, when they're Nosia with you, off the time, it'll always say, Rakio or Yuriko has become friend when they have not become a friend. They don't want to be anyone's friend. Anyway. I'm just gonna wait and see for the moment. Ah, shit. Giving me some nice purchase to dig in here. Ah, shit. I am in deep crap here. If I don't get into put in a cold sleep by the end of this game, I will kind of feel like it's a miracle a little bit. I kind of threw him under the bus. Whoops. That's a whoops. I don't really know if I should have done that, or if that's going to decrease the likelihood that he's going to vouch for me. I don't know. But I think it is kind of smart for the Nosia to not seem like a cohesive team all the time. So, there's also that. Who else was besides me? Oh, hold on. It was SQ. Yeah, so I'll vote for her. And I think I'm still gonna get voted out. Yep, I thought so. There was too many people doubting me for that not to happen there. Which, see, even with higher than everything else stealth, like, yeah. But I'm gonna keep jacking up stealth, because... Actually, no, it's not stealth, is it? It's, Cold Sleep is... performance, right? I'm about to see. Who was everyone? So yeah, Gino was an AC follower. I thought so. Yeah, it was. And then Setsu was a guardian angel. Oh, and also Levely Durgan has occurred. Feels good, man. Even though I lost so early in. Okay, Nocia Engineer, Doctor, Guardian Angel, AC Follower, Random Crew, Nocia Engineer, Doctor, Guardian Angel, AC Follower. Okay, yeah, so, guard duty is not an option yet, because it has not been tutorialized yet. Also, yeah, we still can't choose anything but roll. I forgot that at first this is how it works. Because there's a point where the game opens up and you can change everything here. The crew, number of crew, the number of Nocia, to a certain degree anyway. There's limits, of course. For the Nocia, it's like, I think it's like 6 or 4 or something. And for the crew, it's the number of characters in the game. Then, you know, and then you could change if there's an engineer in the mix, if there's doctors, there's an engineer in the mix, if there's a doctor in the mix, if there's a guardian angel in the mix, if there's an AC follower in the mix. And also there's other roles later. At least 2 more. Guard duty is bugs. Maybe that's it. I don't remember. And guard duty is always 2 people as well. I think there can be several bugs. No, there can only be 1 bug, can't there? Don't quote me on that, though. Either way, you know what? I'm actually going to stop here for now, and I hope y'all have lovely days, and I'll see you in my next session. I'm loving playing this game again. It's so good. I love it so much.